Om 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 Sahana Bhavato Sahanau Bhunakto Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Nidhaye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. Boliye Shri Veda Vyasa Bhagavan Ki Jai. Om Samasta Jan Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Sankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Boliye Shri Sankaracharya Bhagavan Ki Jai. Hari Om. So welcome to the 62nd day of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are into the 4th day this month of chapter 13. Chapter 13 is Kshetra, Kshetragnya Vibhaga Yoga. Understanding the difference between what is the Kshetra or the field of operation and the Kshetragnya, the one who is operating on that field, the one who is seeing that field or one who is being in that field, the Kshetragnya. And here we are into this 22nd verse today. So what are the qualities? The Tacha Jnanam Purastat Upanyastam Kshetra Kshetragnya Vishayam Yajnatva Amritam Ashnute iti Uktam cha Anya Apohena Atadharmakya Atadharmadhyaropena cha Tasya eva punaha sakshat nirdeshaha kriyate. So now the Kshetragnya, the nature of the Kshetragnya is being explained directly in this verse. It's a very, very beautiful verse. This verse tells us about how Ishvara, how Bhagavan is in our life and where we can find him and what does Ishvara do to us and in what way does Ishvara is identifying himself with us and how he is participating in the work that we do. It's a wonderful verse. It's worth learning by heart and remembering. Anywhere you have some confusion about who is Ishvara, who is God, this verse explains it all. Verse number 22. Upadrashtanumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwaraha Paramatmeti chapyuktaha Dehesmin purushah paraha. Upadrashta, like this glass can be said to be an upadrashta. The eyes are the drashta. The glass that is close to the eyes is upadrashta, is seeing along with the eyes. Bhagavan is not like the glasses, not something outside, but Ishvara is within, seeing along with us, hearing along with us, smelling along with us, tasting along with us, feeling along with us. Everything that we feel, he is feeling. Everything that we see, he is seeing. But we act and react. He does not act and react. He just watches everything. Upadrashta samipastaha san drishta swayam avyapraha yatha ritvik yajamaneshu yajna karma vyaprateshu tatastaha anyaha avyaprataha yajna vidya kushala ritvik yajamana vyapara gunadoshan ikshita tadvat. There's a beautiful simile given. Ishvara is one who sees along with us. How does he see? Samipastaha san. He is very close to us. Drashta swayam avyaprataha. He does not do any work, but he is watching all actions. How does he watch? Yatha ritvik yajamaneshu. There's a ritvik or there's a yajaman in a yajna. And that yajaman knows about the shastras, knows what the shastras has to say about how to do a yajna. And so the yajaman is looking around at everybody else who is doing the yajna and is able to say what is right and what is not right, what is correct, what is incorrect. Tatastaha. He does not do anything. He does not act in any way, but he is able to see everybody else acting and he is able to know what is right and what is not right. And he is able to say that. Anyaha avyaprataha. Okay. So ikshita tatvat karya karana vyapareshu. Karya is the effect, the body. Karana is the mind, intellect, manas, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, the sense organs are the equipment. Karana vyapareshu. Avyaprataha. Even though the body, mind, and intellect and the sense organs are all transacting with the world, this upadrashta does not do any transactions. Avyaprataha anyaha vilakshanaha tesham karyakaranaanam savvyaparanam samipyena drashta upadrashta. So seeing these sense organs in action very close by, samipyena, being very close, and the individual is seeing, whoever that sees is called the upadrashta. Deha chakshur mano बुद्धि आत्मानो द्रष्टारः तेषां बाह्यः द्रष्टा देहः तथा आरभ्य अंतरतमः च प्रत्यक् समीप आत्मा द्रष्टा यतः परो अंतरो न अस्ति द्रष्टा स अतिशय सामीप्येन द्रष्टृत्वात् उपद्रष्टा स्यात्. So this Atma is the upadrashta. It's called because it is so much within us. It is so much away from the body, mind, and intellect. It is so deep within that it does not have any other object to see nearby. And so what this upadrashta means. Upadrashta, the most subtle thing in our being is this upadrashta. It is very, very far away also. Far away in the sense, on a vibratory level, everything is in a vibratory level in this body, mind and intellect. The vibrations of this Ishvara in the Ishvara state is very, 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 very almost zero. So in that state of being, Ishvara is upadrashta. Yajna upadrashtuvat va sarva vishayi karanatu upadrashta. So everything is an object for this upadrashta. Just like how the person who is doing a yajna, who is sitting as a yajaman in the yajna is able to see everything around him. In the same way, Ishvara is able to see whatever is happening around. Anumantacha. What is Anumanta? Anumodanam, Anumananam, Kuruvatsu, Tat Kriyasu, Paritoshaha, Tat Karta, Anumantacha. Ishvara is not only Upadrashta. So there's a very beautiful explanation of this verse. Before we go into this Shankara Bhashya, we can see the 5 qualities of Ishvara mentioned in this verse. Upadrashta, one who sees very close by. Anumanta, one who says very good, go ahead, do what you're doing. You go ahead in the path you're going. Everything is happening well. Anumanta is one who is thinking along with us and saying yes to what we do. Then Bharta. Bharta is one who is bearing, taking care of us, bearing us, taking care of our needs, providing for whatever we need. Bharta. Bhokta, whatever we are going through, whatever we are suffering, whatever we are enjoying, Ishvara is enjoying within us. Bhokta. Maheshwaraha is the Lord of this universe, master of this universe. So there was a very interesting discussion once. Swamiji mentioned about how Ishvara can get closer and closer to you in your life. In the beginning, when you just know what is Ishvara, whether you know him or not, whether you know it or not, He is there as Upadrashta in everybody. He is there, Upadrashta. But the moment you start paying a little more attention to Ishvara, started offering a flower or a leaf, or giving your love to Ishvara, giving your gratitude to Ishvara, thanking Ishvara, praying to Ishvara, a little bit, when you take a step forward, that same Ishvara becomes Anumanta. He says, okay, very good. What you're doing is fine. Till then, he will not open his mouth. Till then, he will not show any sign. He just is a Upadrashta. But a little bit closer you go, he becomes our Anumanta. Whatever actions we do, he is acknowledging those actions and saying, yes, very well done, good, go ahead. Some signs or signals we get, we know we are on the path. If we give a little more attention, a little more love, we are engaging in the worship of Ishvara, then he becomes our Bharta. He takes care of us. He provides for us. He supports us when we are in need. He is there rock solid beside us when we are in trouble. In many ways, Ishvara is close to us, Bharta. And if you have a little more devotion, more deeply devoted, then he becomes Bhokta. Whatever you're going through, it can be joy, it can be sorrow, it can be suffering, it can be pain. Everything, he takes it on him. He does not give that job to us to suffer and go through. He takes it on. He's like that rock solid cushion of protection within, where he is receiving all the barbs of the arrows. He is receiving all the stings of all the words that people are throwing at us at times. He is receiving all the difficulties we go through because of our physical pain or whatever it may be, emotional pain, whatever it is. He directly receives it with himself. He has that capacity, he has that capability, and he loves to do it. So he is Bhokta. And if you go more deeply into Ishvara, if you trust him, if you are available for him, if you offer all your actions to him, if you offer your love to him, if you offer your devotion and your prostrations to him, and you think about him all the time, then he becomes a Maheshwara in your life. Maheshwara means he's a master operator of all situations. If you want to do something, he arranges for the situations for that to happen. If you do not want something, he makes the situations happen. For that, we must have that much of punya in us. It is not a transaction where I love Ishvara and I'm devoted to Ishvara and he makes things happen. I should have done enough of that meritorious actions to deserve all that. Then he becomes our Maheshwara. Athava Anumanta Karyakarana Pravrutishu Swayam Apravruttaha Api Pravrutta Iva Tad Anukulaha Vibhavyate Tena Anumanta. Anumanta is one who acknowledges us, even though Ishvara is not doing anything. But when we engage with our sense organs, when we engage with our mind and intellect, Ishvara is as if working along with us, as if supporting us, as if encouraging us. We are able to feel it that way. Vibhavyate tena Anumanta. That is why he is called Anumanta. Not Hanumanta, Anumanta. Anu means along with, going on continuously. Manta is thinking for us. He does the thinking on our behalf. Anumanta. Athava pravrittan svavyapareshu tat sakshibhutaha kadachit api na nivarayasi iti Anumanta. So, when Anumanta, the other meaning is, when we are engaging in action, he always continuously remains the witness of the actions. Not a moment does he withdraw from his witnesshood. There is Anumanta. Bharta, Bharanam Nama. Bharanam is to bear something. Deha Indriya Mano Buddhinam Samhatanam Chaitanya Atma Pararthyena Nimitta Bhutena Chaitanya Abhasanam Yat Swarupa Dharanam Tat Chaitanyatma Kritam Eva iti Bharta Atma iti Uchyate. Bharta is that Atma, the Chaitanya, that consciousness which is bearing the body, which is bearing the mind, which is bearing the intellect, which is a witness of the breathing, of the breath, The consciousness is behind everything. And that Ishvara is functioning as this consciousness, bearing everything. Then he becomes the Bharta. Bhokta. Agni Ushnavata. How is he the Bhokta? Just like there is fire, along with the fire, heat is there. You cannot separate the fire and the heat. In the same way, along with us, along with our presence, Bhagavan is the experiencer in us. You cannot separate that experiencer from the experience and the experiencing. You cannot separate it. Bhokta Agni Ushnavat Nitya Chaitanya Swarupena Buddhehe Sukha Dukkha Mohatmakaha Pratyayaha Sarva Vishaya Avishayaha Sarva Vishaya Vishayaha Chaitanya Atma Grasta Iva Jayamana Vibhakta Vibhavyate iti Bhokta, as if capturing all the experiences of joy, of sorrow, of delusion, Sarva Vishaya Vishayaha, all objects of senses, as if I'm seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, and touching, everything Bhagavan is doing on our behalf, and then he becomes the Bhokta. Maheshwaraha Sarvatmatvat Swatantratvat cha Mahan Ishwaraha cha iti. Mahan, great. Ishvara is the Lord, the Master. Sarvatmatvat, the self in all. That Bhagavan, that Ishvara in us is the same Ishvara in everybody. And so, just imagine if we are just one person, even in one family, we will be able to plan very easily for any event or any function or any crisis or whatever happens. If everybody in the family is united, it is very easy. You go here, you go there, you do this, you do that. Everybody will stand in place and do it. Now, Ishvara is that one person in all the bodies of all the living beings, whether it's plant, animal, insect, or human being. It's that one Ishvara. He has got so many bodies to work on. So just imagine the kind of efficiency that he has when he has to organize something or do something, because all the bodies are his. He is the one who is present in all the bodies. So that way, he is Maheshwaraha, Sarva Atmatvat. He is the eye of all, every being. Like a cockroach is running away from its from being caught, it is Bhagavan who is running in the presence of the cockroach. If a deer is running away from a lion, it is Bhagavan who is making the deer run away in the body of the deer. In the body of the lion, it is Bhagavan who is making the chase towards the deer also. It is not, there is nothing good or bad. When you are only everything, you are the snake, you are the lion, you are the tiger, you are the cheetah, you are the gazelle, you are the deer, you are the snake, you are the elephant, you are the human being, you are all the human beings, you are all the presidents, you are all the prime ministers of all the countries, you are all the voters. Then it is only Bhagavan voting for himself, bringing himself to power, or losing, coming out of power. Everything, it is only him. So it's such a relaxing thing to know this actually. Your mind, there is no competition or there is no strife anywhere when we realize that the Bhagavan is the one who's present as the Atma, the I in everybody and in everything. Pratyayaha. Maheshwaraha cha Mahan Ishwaraha cha iti Maheshwaraha. Sarvatmatvat. Swatantratvat. Swatantra means he has his own capacity. We say freedom movement. Swatantra is freedom. He is free to do what he wants to do. This whole estate, all the property of earth, water, fire, air, and space, the universe, and all the beings in the universe, everything belongs to him. There's a very beautiful song which is sung in this Arya Samaj. அருள் காட்ட வேண்டும் இறைவா, அருள் காட்ட வேண்டும் இறைவா, உருவாகும் உயிர் தோறும் இருப்பவன் நீயே, உயிரில்லா பொருளுக்கும் உரியவன் நீயே, அருள் காட்ட வேண்டும் இறைவா, அருள் காட்ட வேண்டும் இறைவா. உருவாகும் உயிர் தோறும் இருப்பவன் நீயே. In every being, in every living being, you are there. Uyirilla porulukkum uriyavan niye. You are the owner of all objects which are not having life. Paramatma dehadinam buddhyantanam pratyagatmatvena kalpitanam avidyaya param upadrashtruttvadi lakshana atma iti paramatma. Paramatma is a supreme being. In all the beings, buddhi antanam, dehadinam buddhi antanam, from the body till the intellect, pratyagatmatvena, it is that one Ishvara who is within. Kalpitanam avidyaya, the body to the intellect, everything is imagined. This Ishvara is that supreme, real truth within that. Avidya, parama upadrashtutvadi lakshana. Atma iti is a supreme seer of everything from the body up to the intellect. Sontaf paramatma iti anena shabdena cha api uktaha kathitaha shruta. Saha antaha paramatma, that supreme Atman or that supreme I, the I in all is present within us. Kva asau asmin dehe purushaha paraha avyaktat uttamah purushastvanyah paramatmetyudahradaha ye iti yo vakshamanaha kshetragnyam chapi mam vidhi iti upanyastaha vyakhyaya upasamhritaha cha. So Bhagavan is completing everything with this verse. Upadrashta, Anumanta, 5 qualities. Upadrashta, Anumanta, Bharta, Bhokta, 6 qualities. Maheshwaraha, Paramatma, cha iti cha api uktaha. So what is the difference between Ishvara and Paramatma? Maheshwaraha is one who is able to do the work. He is Sarva Swatantriyam. He is like going around the world and making things happen, making the sun shine, making the planets move around, spinning the earth and the other planets on their axis, making the revolutions happening, making the rotations happen, making the people wake up during day, putting them to sleep during night, all the beings, giving food for all the beings, providing food, providing work for all the beings, basically administering this whole life in this whole universe along with the inert objects which do not move. Everything is being done by Maheshwara. The Atma, Paramatma is that supreme I. The knowledge of that supreme self is Paramatma in everybody. Tam evam yathokta lakshanam atmanam. That Atma, that supreme I. When we hear the word Atma, we don't need to think of anything, any kind of an apparition or a soul or anything. Atma, the simple word is I. We use it all the time. I say, I go, I talk, I walk, I am, I draw, I paint, I am good, I am intelligent, I am hungry, I am thirsty, I am happy, I am sad, I am fat, I am thin, I am happy, I am blissful, I am ecstatic, I am excited, I am brilliant, I am dumb. For everything we use that I. That I is the Atma. And the I of all is Paramatma. Yayevam vetti purusham prakritim cha gunai saha sarvatha vartamanopi nasabhuyo bhijayate. Yayevam vetti purusham. The one, yayevam yathokta prakarena, as it has been described so far, vetti purusham, one who knows that supreme being, sakshat aham iti prakritim cha, that Purusha is I. Understanding of the Purusha as Purusha is not important. To know that that Purusha is I is very important. Sakshat aham iti prakritim cha yathoktam avidya lakshanam. Also the prakriti, that nature of sattva, rajas and tamas. Avidya lakshanam, it is the form of ignorance. Ignorance means I don't know what it is. Gunaihi, all the gunas, sattva guna, rajoguna, tamoguna, swavikaraihi saha. These gunas are always changing. These gunas are always one up over each other. The gunas, 2 gunas will gang up against the 3rd guna, and they're always constantly in a competition to gain the main stage. Swavikaraihi, all the modifications the gunas have. Saha nivartitam abhavam apaditam vidya. So the knowledge is I am different from these gunas. I am not these gunas. The gunas are different and I am different. That is vidya. Not knowing this difference is avidya, ignorance. Sarvatha sarvaprakareణ vartamanaha api sa bhuyaha punaha patite asmin vidvat sharire देहांतराय न अभिजायते न उत्पद्यते देहांतरम न गृह्णाति इत्यर्थः. So what is the use of knowing this Ishvara? Once this body drops, then another body is not taken. That is the benefit. That's the ultimate benefit of knowing who Ishvara is. Why should we know Ishvara? If we do not want to be dissolved into this Prakriti, at the time of our dissolution, at the time of the death of the body, we must have the right understanding of who I am. Either it is as Ishvara or the supreme I, supreme consciousness. Until that understanding happens, we are going to take birth. But for a devotee of Ishvara, the understanding need not have happened. But the very fact that they are devoted to Ishvara, Ishvara sees to it that they attain mukti after the dropping of the body. So this is plan A for everybody will be worshipping of Ishvara, chanting the name of Ishvara. So at the time of death, at the time of departure, at least the name is on the lips and so it is there in our memory. It's very, very important, having Ishvara in our memory. So that is the plan A, may be Jivan Mukti. But if we are not going to strive for all that, then it is plan B is to know what is the difference between who am I and what is not I. At least in that awareness, we have to live our life. That is, we will be in the state of Viveka and then also we will be saved and protected. Plan C is Ishvara Pranidhana, surrender to Ishvara. Chant his name, sing his name. That's the most easiest thing that we can do. Even though we say it is easy, it is actually not so easy. It is difficult, but it is worth making an effort. If we make an effort, it will become easy. So this explanation goes on for a long time. We will see that later, some other time. Iti patite asmin vidvat sharire nasa bhuyaha abhijayate iti yuktam eva uktam iti siddham. So it is very clear that the vidwan, the one who knows the self or the one who knows Ishvara, once he leaves the body, he does not take another body and come back to this earth. Atra atmadarshane upaya vikalpa ime dhyanadayaha uchyante. Have I missed something? No. So there are many qualities of meditation and other methods by which we are able to reach that state of that supreme being, the self. So what are these qualities? 24th verse. Dhyanenatmani pashyanti kechidatmanamatmana anye sankhena yogena कर्म योगेन चापरे ध्यानेन ध्यानं नाम शब्दादिभ्यो विषयेभ्यः श्रोत्रादीनि करणानि मनसि उपसंहृत्य. What is dhyana? What is meditation? Shabdadibhyaha. Shabda is hearing. Then you have seeing, you have tasting, you have smelling, you have feeling, touching with the skin. All these feelings, sense objects, are brought into the feelings. And all the feelings are brought into the mind. Manaha cha pratyak chetayitari ekagrataya yat chintanam tat dhyanam. So bringing that mind also into the contemplation within, that is called dhyanam. Tatha, in this way, it is being said in the Upanishads, dhyayativa bakaha. It is as if the crane is standing in meditation. Dhyayativa prithvi. It is as if this earth is meditating. Dhyayativa parvataha. It is as if these mountains are meditating. Iti upama upadanam tailadharavat santataha avichinna pratyayaha dhyanam. So like these examples, being in one state, one position, like tailadharavat means When you pour oil from a higher container into a lower container, the oil will not splash and spill and fall in threads. If you pour water, water does not have viscosity, so there will be strings, there will be splashes, there will be cuts, or there will be breaks in pouring of the water. When you pour oil, taila dharavata means so beautifully, without a missing gap. There will be no gap at all in the oil when you pour it from one container from top to another. Taila, that's called dhyanam. Tena dhyanena atmani buddhau pashyanti. So in that, through that meditation, one sees that buddhi, the intellect in the self. Atmanam pratyak chetanam atmana dhyana samskritena antakaranena kechit yoginaha. Dhyana samskritena means constant, with constant meditation, the mind becomes very, very meditative for the yogi. So avichinna pratyayaha dhyanam. In one word, what is meditation? Pratyaya means thought. Avichinna means a thought that has no break. A continuous flow of the same thought constantly. If it is Om now, the next syllable is also Om, the next moment is also Om, the next moment is also Om. Like that, it goes on and on for a long period of time. Only one thought is there in the mind. It becomes dhyana. Tena dhyanena atmani buddha. Okay. Anye sankhya, other people are there. What do? Sankhyena yogena sankhyam nama ime sattva rajastamamsi guna maya drishya aham tebhyaha anyaha tad vyapara sakshi bhutaha nityaha guna vilakshanaha atma iti chintanam. What is sankhyam? These are gunas: sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna. I am different from the three gunas. I am the seer of the gunas. I am not in the gunas. I stay away from the gunas, and I am the seer of them. Iti chintanam, constantly thinking in this manner. Esha sankyaha yogaha tena pashyanti atmanam atmana iti vartate. So these sankhya yogins also see the atma, see the self, in the self. Karma yogena karma eva yoga ishwararpana buddhya अनुष्ठीयमानं घटनरूपं योगार्थत्वात् योग उच्यते गुणतः तेन सत्वशुद्धिज्ञानोत्पत्ति द्वारेण च अपरे. Some other people, they reach to that same self through karma yoga. What is karma yoga? Doing an action as an offering to Ishvara, anushtiyamanam, very meticulously doing an action, ghatana rupam, engaging in that action, gathering whatever is required for the action, and going through the process of action for the sake of yoga, for the sake of integration of the self, integration of the different parts of our being into that self. Yoga uchyate. Gunataha tena. As a quality, what does yoga do to us? Sattva shuddhi. Sattva shuddhi. First, it purifies our mind. It removes all the dross. The mano malas are removed because of the practice of yoga, karma yoga. The impurities of mind like raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, bhayam, swartham, all these are removed with the practice of karma yoga. Sattva shuddhi. Once the mind becomes purified, what happens? Jnana utpatti. Knowledge arises. Dvarena cha apare. Other people do that. Then more other people, 25th verse, Anye tvevamajanantaha shrutvaanyebhya upasate tepi chati tarantyeva mrityum shruti parayanaha. Anyetu, they have not learnt anything. They don't know about Atma. They don't know about gunas. They don't know what is karma yoga. They don't know how to offer nothing. Tu evam ajanantaha. They don't know all this. Shrutva anyebhya upasate. But they listen to the teacher. They listen to the master. They listen to the guru. And then they worship that self. Atmanam. Anyetu yeshu vikalpeshu anyatarena api. Evam yathoktam atmanam ajanantaha anyebhyaha acharyebhyaha shrutva idameva chintayanta iti ukta upasate shraddadhanaha santaha chintayanti. They do not know anything else, but they have a teacher, they have a guru. And the guru says something, they listen with a lot of faith to the words of the guru, and then they understand. Upasate, they worship that self. Shraddha with a lot of faith, they worship. Chintayanti, they think about that self. Te api cha atitaranti eva, atikramanti eva mrityum. Mrityuyuktam samsaramiti etat. Even those people, they cross this ocean of transmigration and change and modification, which is also called, it is called samsara. It is also called mrityu. Mrityu means death. Shruti parayanaha, Shrutihi Shravanam Param Ayanam Gamanam Moksha Marga Pravrittau Param Sadhanam Yesham Te Shruti parayanaha. Who are these people who are Shruti parayanas? They think they are always spending their time listening to the Vedas, listening to the Upanishads, because they know that this is the only way to moksha. This is the only way to liberation. Swayam, even though they may not have the viveka, even though they may not have the discrimination between who am I and what is not I. Swayam viveka rahita iti aviprayaha. Kimu vaktavyam pramanam prati swatantra vivekinaha mrityum adhitaranti iti aviprayaha. So now the idea is, when even all these people can do, then what to say of people who are vivekis, who know the distinction between who am I and what is not I, and they are engaged in the thought of what is a self all the time. They are the vivekis and they withdraw from whatever is not the self. What to say about them that they will reach, they will cross over this samsara? Definitely they will cross over. Kshetragnyeshwaraikatva vishayam jnanam moksha sadhanam. What is jnana? What is knowledge? Kshetragnya Ishvara ekatva vishayam. Kshetragnya means the Purusha who is a seer of the field, which is Prakriti, the Purusha or the being or the self in all, which is the one that is seeing the field constantly, which is the Kshetra, and that Ishvara, Kshetragnya ekatvam. The Ishvara and Kshetragnya are one. When we understand this jnanam, that is called moksha sadhanam. That is a means to moksha. Yajñatva amritam ashnute. If I know this, I attain immortality. Iti uktam tat kasmat hetoho iti tad hetu pradarshanartham shlokam arabhyate. So what is the reason for this? That when you know Ishvara and that Purusha, the Kshetragnya are one, then that is called jnana and it will take you to moksha. For what reason is being said? Is it being said that way? Yavat sanjayate kinchit Sattvam sthavara jangamam kshetra kshetragnya samyogat tadvidhi bharatarshava. Yavat yat kinchit sanjayate, some utpadyate, whatever little bit is being born in this world, vastu kim avisheshena iti aha sthavara jangamaam cha kshetra kshetragnya samyogat tad jayate. Everything that is being born in this universe is being born because of the Kshetra and the Kshetragnya coming together. Jayate iti evam vidhi janehi he Bharatarshaba. O Bharatarshaba, the bull among Bharatas, Bharatiyas, the people who go after consciousness, who revel in consciousness, they are Bharatiyas. Bharatarshaba, Rishabha is bull. Bharatarshaba means among the Bharatiyas, he is the bull among men of Bharat. So this is also very long explanation. Ayam kshetra kshetragnayoho samyogaha abhipretaha. Na tavat, the different description. So we will come to that later, some other time, after all the 18 chapters are over. The next verse, so the last part begins with Nasa bhuyaha abhijayate iti samyak darshana phalam avidyadi samsara bija nivritti dwarena janma abhavaha uktaha. So nasa bhuyaha abhijayate, such a person who is devoted to, who knows that Ishvara and the Kshetragnya are one, when and it is I. Ishvara and Kshetragnya are one, and that is I. When that person knows that, it is called samyak darshana. And what is the phalam? What is the result of that? Avidyadi samsara bija nivritti dwarena janma abhavaha. When I have this knowledge and when I'm very clear and I abide in this, I do not have another janma. Janma karanam cha avidya nimittakaha. Kshetragnya samyogaha uktaha. What is the cause for janma? What is the cause for birth? The samyoga, the coming together of the kshetra, the field at the kshetragnya. Knower of the field is the cause for birth. Ataha tasya avidyaya nivartakam samyak darshanam uktam api puna shabdantarena uchyate. So even if Samyak Darshanam is a clear knowledge which can dispel ignorance, has been said, it is being further with more sentences, it is being spoken of again. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram vinashyatsva vinashyantam yaf pashyati sa pashyati. That Ishvara, which is one, which is nothing other than this Kshetragnya, is present everywhere in everything equally. Samam. It is like you start pouring. There is a very beautiful equipment in our chemistry physics labs. There'll be a snout on one end through which you can pour water, and it goes through many ups and downs. And everything will start rising up equally. It will not, like, one thing will not get filled up. It's not that way. Once the first wave is completed, and after that, water will start filling up and rising equally. In the same way, Ishvara is samam sarveshu bhuteshu. Ishvara is equal in all. Tishtantam parameshwaram. You can imagine Ishvara like water, present everywhere and in everything equally. Vinashyati avinashyantam. Yaha pashyati sa pashyati. Even if all the objects are getting destroyed, that Ishvara is avinashyantam. He cannot be destroyed. He is not destroyed. Yaha pashyati sa pashyati. That individual who sees this is the one who sees. Samam nirvishesham tishtantam sthitim kurvantam. Nirvishesha means there is no speciality to this Ishvara. He is equal in all. Sthitim kurvantam. Kva sarveshu bhuteshu. Where does he stay? In all beings. Sarveshu bhuteshu. Brahmadi stavaranteshu. Even in Brahmaji, Ishvara is present. Even in the stavara, the blade of grass also, Ishvara is present. Pranishu. Kam parameshwaram dehendriya mano buddhi avyakta atmanaha apekshya parameshwaraha tam sarveshu bhuteshu samam tishtantam. So deha is there, body is there, mind is there, indriyas are, sense organs are there, buddhi is there, avyaktam is that avyakritam, the maya shakti, the power of Ishvara is there, but Ishvara is separate from all this. Tam sarveshu bhuteshu samam tishtantam, but equally present in everything. Tani vishinashti vinashyatsu iti. Even when other objects are getting destroyed, Ishvara does not get destroyed. The speciality of Ishvara is mentioned. Tam cha parameshwaram avinashyantam iti bhutanam parameshwarasya cha atyanta vailakshanya pradarshanartham. To show that speciality of Parameshwara, what is being said? The yatoktasya samyak darshanasya phalavachanena stutihi kartavya iti shlokaha arabhyate. So yatoktasya, this samyak darshana, this clarity of vision of who I am, phalavachanena, with the effect of knowing what is a self. Stutihi kartavya, it is being praised. Why do we praise something? So that it registers in our mind very well and easily. Kartavya iti shlokaha arabhyate. The 28th verse. Samam pashyan hi sarvatra samavasthitam ishwaram nahi nastyatmanatmanam tato yati param gatim samam pashyan upalabhamanaha hi yasmat sarvatra sarvabhuteshu samavastitam tulyataya avasthitam ishwaram atita ananta shloka ukta lakshanam ityartaha. Ishvara, who has been described in all the other shlokas so far, is samam. Samam pashyan kim na hinasti himsam na karoti atmana svena eva swam atmanam tataha tat ahimsanat yati param prakrishtam gatim mokshakyam. Once you know that it is the same Ishvara in me and in everybody else, that individual stops to cause hurt to others. Because if I hurt others, it is hurting myself. Because that Ishvara which is present in me is present in all. And such a person, since he does not cause himsa to others, since he does not adveshta sarva bhutanam, adveshta is one quality, meaning not hating others. When you hate somebody, you cause them hurt. Ahimsanat, because he does not cause hurt to others, yati param prakrishtam gatim. He goes to the supreme path, mokshakyam, of liberation, of moksha. So one of the ways to moksha is not to hurt others. This is also continuing in a long explanation. So we will conclude this year. Sarva bhutastam isham samam pashyan na hinasti atmana atmanam iti uktam tat anupapannam swaguna karma vailakshanya beda bhinneshu atmasu iti etad ashankya aha. Guna, karma, all these different qualities, there are in all the beings there is different qualities and there are different actions, and this will bring an idea that there are many selves or many individuals are there. It is not many individuals, it's just one individual. And so the last 7 verses we will see tomorrow. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Om Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasorma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya, Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Boliye Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Har Namah Parvati Pataye Har Har Mahadeva. Hari Om.